Caring so much about what people think about you is just a big dream killer. Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to start off unpacking of the past week. I hope everybody is getting through those challenging days and not giving up. Just not giving up. Right now it's supposed to be springtime. It's supposed to be leading into summer, and I'm the type of person where my energy has a lot to do with the weather and just the way the earth is feeling, just the way the light is outside. I've always been like that. You may see me on here some days being so cheery and just so full of energy, okay? And that's because outside may just be a nice day, and even if I have troubles, just having that good sense of nature around me and just having even just the good weather to look forward to, I can make it through so much easier. That's just me. Like today, well, I want to say last night, I wasn't in the greatest of moods. We're human, I'm human, so I'm gonna have days where it is harder than some, and I think because of that I love coming on here and encouraging people, because there are days where it just gets really tough, and then with me the weather doesn't make it any better. It's to the point where I'm honestly like, life is so short. Just being in a country where I feel more of a vibe, even though I'm my own vibe, we are our own vibe, but at the end of the day we are surrounded by everything else. We're surrounded by just the natural things and just the outside part of life. So outside does play a big part in our lives with anything we do. If we go grocery shopping, these days you can stay home and do your grocery shopping at home. But me, I'm old school. I'm going out there and I'm gonna go pick my stuff myself. Like I want to pick my own apples. Just outside is a major part. I hope everybody is doing well and striving and surrounded by love and good energy. Not letting other people really get into your zone and interrupting your destiny. Just simply not letting people dictate the way you go about life. And one thing, us as humans, because life is so short, because at the end of the day we have to deal with ourselves, caring about what other people think and making moves when it comes to that, it doesn't even make sense. The last thing you want to do these days is care about what other people are thinking about you and making decisions based on that. YOLO, because you only live once, you know, one time on this earth. So caring about what other people think and making decisions based on what you think somebody thinks about you, it shouldn't even be an option, because what that does is it just damages the part of you that is searching for your purpose, searching for your place on this earth, searching for connections, finding connections. When you care about what people think about the things that you're gonna do and you're making decisions based off of that, you're not living your life to its fullest potential at all, because now you're not gonna do what you really want to do because you're scared. You're thinking, okay, if I do this, it's gonna damage them or it's gonna make them feel a certain way about me, when you're totally disregarding the fact that what are you gonna feel about you making that decision? Like really and truly, what are you gonna feel when you don't do what you want to do? Even with the simple things, caring so much about what people think about you is just a big dream killer. You have your own mind. The things that we do on this earth, the decisions that we make are our own. You know, I'd always have this question in church when I was growing up, like, why would God want us to live on this earth, right? And I'd always hear this, like, he already knows what we're gonna do. So I'll be like, okay, so if he knows what I'm gonna do, or if he knows what people are gonna do, why does he put us on this earth to make all these bad decisions? But like, I guess as I get older, like, I get it. we still have decisions to make. In the midst of it, we want to make the right decisions. We grow to learn about ourselves and about the people around us. So we should be able to make decisions for ourselves. Don't make other people dictate our decisions, because the decisions that they're making, those are their decisions with their life, where they're heading. And how they want you to think is like they want you to head there with them. So what if their decisions are the decisions that are going to lead them astray, and they just want to bring you with them? You know, so you want to make decisions that, even if it's something small, that you make that, it will dictate the rest of your decisions. And when I talk about decisions and caring what people think, it's because we are making decisions in life based on what other people are thinking most of the time, because we don't want to disappoint other people, but we're okay with disappointing ourselves. When I say stop caring what people think, there's gonna be one side of people where you actually have been judged by them before in life. That could have been family members, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. So because in the past you've been judged by them, it's like certain things you won't even do, because you know they're going to react a certain way, and you don't want to upset them. You don't want them to hate you. You don't want them to judge you. That was their upbringing. That's how they think. That's how they see the world to be. We have our own way of seeing how the world works. We've had our own experiences. Even if you grew up with a sibling, you've had different classmates. You've had different teachers. You can't think how anybody else thinks. So them judging you, you have to remember that at the end of the day, that's just an opinion. People have their opinions, and sometimes they get at you really harsh. On the other side of it, you may not even know who this person is that you think that you don't want to offend. You know, you may go around certain people and just feel like they're judging you, and you have no idea. Like, it's just all in your mind. These thoughts come in your mind because of the people that you know in your life that actually do judge you, the people that you've been around who you care about what they think, because you know how they react to certain things about you. So then you have people that you don't even know that you just make up in your mind that that's the way that they think about you, and then you make decisions based on that, but you don't actually know that they're thinking it. It's just all made up in your mind. The only opinion that should matter to you is God's opinion. I remember, like, okay, I want to tell you guys a story because this has always stuck with me. I remember what they did, and then somebody else in that same sector did the same thing to me. And I feel like this is where it stemmed from. When I was younger and I went to church, and I'm not gonna call nobody's name or anything, they're like more involved in the church. I remember when I got my nose pierced, and even me getting my nose pierced, oh my gosh, it was just a time that I could never forget, because my mom never wanted me to get my nose pierced. And I would go to the dollar store and I'd buy these little stud stickers, and I'll put them on every day because I couldn't get my nose pierced, but it looked like a piercing, so I'd always put it on my nose. And I did that for about a year, like all of grade, I want to say grade 9, so I was in high school. And then I wore it for so long, my mom was used to seeing it, and I was just like, okay, so I'm gonna go get a real nose piercing now. She would just think it's a fake one. So she caught it right away. Like, she knew it was a nose ring. So this is this me getting my nose pierced. That was that. But then now I went to church, right? And every time this person would see me, even though if they would talk to me, they would always be like paying attention to my nose ring. And I remember one day he said to me, like, I shouldn't wear my nose ring. I don't need to wear it. I look fine without it. And just the way they were talking to me about it, it was just like, but I like it. I didn't like the fact, okay, my mom didn't like that I had it. I get it. I was only like, what, 14? You're telling me now you don't like my nose ring, or that I don't need to wear the nose ring. I'm in church, so it's like you're making me feel like I'm being judged here. And I remember a couple years down the line, the same person ended up bringing somebody to the church who ended up being their fiance, who they ended up marrying. They also had a nose ring, and I'm there like, okay, so does she gotta remove her nose ring now? I believe she ended up getting it removed. And in my head, I'm just like, he probably had that same conversation with you too. Me caring what this person thought it just had a different, like, I had a very different viewpoint about them. No matter how nice they were to me, just in any situation, I just always felt like this person was judging me because of the nose ring. On top of that, I remember joining a choir, and I really wanted to join this choir, you guys. I love the way that they sang. My cousin was in the choir. I remember I got in the choir. I was there probably about 2 practices in, and I was really excited. I hadn't been to church in a while, and then when I got in the choir, just being involved with them, I felt good, you know? I felt like I belonged. I remember one day they told me they had to speak to me. I think even my cousin was there with me when they spoke to me. I can't remember. We were young at the time. And I remember them saying to me that if I'm going to be in the choir, I can't be wearing my nose ring. And I was like, yo, like, again, like, what is this? It kind of drew me away from the church. I know, like, we're supposed to follow certain things, but the fact that this happened to me not once but twice about my nose ring, I just feel like the approach was kind of off, because I'm young. I'm looking at it like, what do you mean I have to choose between the choir and the nose ring? Like, to me, I was just so annoyed. I'm like, I'm not giving up my nose ring, because even in my head I want to wear it, but I'm just not wearing it because I want to be in the choir. It just didn't make sense to me. Because those things happened to me as a teenager, I would think that people would judge me just by simply walking in a room if they didn't like my nose ring or didn't like the way my hair was being worn. I'd always be questioned about things like that, about my appearance a lot. I noticed when I was growing up. I remember my cousin's mom didn't even want her daughter hanging around me because I would wear nail polish, and just picking up the phone one day and just hearing her say these bad things about me because she thought I was just a bad influence, when I was the good child compared to her child. Like, just growing up, I would see like she would be doing more wild things and I didn't even want to be a part of those things, and she's there judging me. And this is somebody at the church. Like, this is people on the pulpit trying to be a voice of God. So that's why when I see certain people, I would live my life according to how I thought people viewed me and just caring about what people think, so I would never be my full self. I had to snap out of it. I just came to this realization, like, what am I doing? Living my life a certain way just to care about what other people think. I'm not living my life. I'm not doing the things that I really want to do. And when I'm gone, at the end of the day, what can I say? I did the things on earth that fulfilled me. There will come a time where there's just no more time. We cannot live in a reflection of other people's trauma, other people's lives. It's craziness, okay? You gotta live your life for you. You gotta make decisions that help you grow. That's why I say don't even be around negative people, people who want to control you. Part of control is trying to judge you, you know? You mean you're judging me because I want to do this, or I want to look this way, or because I want to wear my nose ring? Like, you trying to say that God doesn't love me? I am not trying to weigh sins like one sin is bigger than the other, but I'm like, I'm 14. I don't know, my nose ring made me feel more confident, and then these people were just making me feel like, what, God doesn't love me because I'm gonna sing for Jesus and have a nose ring on. Like, I don't look at like people going to church or people standing on a pulpit higher than somebody sitting listening to the service. I don't judge them. I don't judge. Only God should be judging. I don't look at them differently. I just go where my energy goes. I go where my vibe goes. I go where the Lord tells me that is right. You want to find your purpose and make good connections, and you want to be able to be a good decision maker. You can make good decisions when you don't care about what other people think. When you care about what other people think, it may be hard for you to make a very simple decision because you're not deciding based on how you feel. How to stop caring about what other people think about you? You want to tell yourself that that's their opinion. That's how they view it. That's not how you view it. That's not your opinion. That is theirs. People are always going to have an opinion. They're always gonna have something to say about this, that, and the third, but that's okay. You don't have to live by their opinion. You want to stop giving people the power to control your mind and the way you dictate your life. So you caring about what other people think is just giving them the power to let go of your own dreams, to let go of the life that you're trying to live. So you want to stop giving people that power to take over that very special part of you. You want to be able to seek your own approval. So when you are doing something, or when you're making decisions, and when you're going through life, do it based on, okay, for me, I'm gonna say, Tasha, you need to do this because it's gonna help you get more organized, it's gonna help you make better connections, it's gonna make you happier, and not make you feel like, oh man, like what if I made that decision? Yeah, it's gonna make them feel a certain way. Or just thinking that the person feels that way about you and not actually knowing, so you're just playing crazy in your mind. You can train your mind to think positively, especially if you don't even know what the other person is thinking half of the time. It's just a story made up in your mind. It's just your mind trying to sabotage your dreams. The devil is a liar, and he will make your mind play tricks on you and make you ruin your destiny. You also want to ask yourself, do these people even really care? You caring about what somebody thinks, like they really don't care at the end of the day. Everybody has their own problems. So you thinking that other people are thinking things about you, especially if you never grew up with them or grew up around them to know how they really think about you, it doesn't even exist. It's all in your mind. It's the part of you that is just trying to sabotage you. It's so easy to believe the negative things. Just believing in the positive just seems so impossible, but it is possible. You just got to tell yourself that it is, because it is. You also want to ask yourself, like, do you really think that they will let you control the way that they think, or do you think they will care about how you think? Most likely not. When you care about what people think, you start doing the things that they want you to do. And then when you start doing the things that they want you to do, then they have you in the place in life that makes them feel comfortable. You have them in a place where like you are exactly where they want you, and you can be stuck there for so long. You want to start focusing on your personal growth. Your growth could be letting go of bad habits. Your growth is simple things like reading self-help books, understanding the parts about you that you just never really understood, or even how to deal with things. You want to know your triggers and spot your triggers before they trigger you. You want to know, like, if a certain person has you feeling a certain type of way, that you stay away from that, even in relationships. And always you want to have positive people and good vibes in your corner. You don't want no negative vibe. You don't need to have people around you that just always make you feel like they're judging you. You want to have people around you that encourage you, that make you feel like when you make a decision, that is the right decision. Even if it's the wrong decision, it's just the right decision for you, and they're not making you feel like, oh, that's because you didn't listen to me. They just want to be like, you know what, maybe next time it'll be better. You just want people to just make you feel like what you're doing is okay. And even if you're not doing the right thing, they're not making you feel bad about it. I'm not trying to say like church is bad or anything, but I did stay away from it for a long time, because I noticed that a lot of the people growing up in church would judge me about a lot of things. As I grew up, it did play a big part in me not making certain decisions that I would want to make, and I just felt like it held me back a lot. I'm glad I'm just at a point in my life where I don't let that bother me anymore, and I know I can't let that bother me anymore, because it's not a way to live. It's not joy and bliss, but just seeing people that I was supposed to trust and people that I'm supposed to ask certain questions and get certain wisdom from, just looking at me and just judging me. It would be hard for me to trust the people around me, to not think that they were thinking the same thing. The thing is that they probably weren't thinking that, but because I wasn't sure myself yet and I didn't know the things that I know now, I would think that. So that's why I want to tell you, like, do not let what you think people are thinking about you destroy that part of you that needs to grow and evolve. Don't let the enemy take control over that, because it's all in your mind. And even if they do judge you and they show you that, maybe it is time for you to step away from those types of people and to stay away from those situations and create new environments for yourself, so that you can make the right decisions for you, because as you get older, decisions might get harder and more trickier, and you want to be able to make decisions earlier on so that when they get harder, they're easier. So yeah, that's all I want to say today, guys. It's been a crazy week. I pray for a better week next week. I'm going to do some cleaning up. I didn't clean much this morning because I was running a bit behind, because I started my day a bit late, because like I said, the weather was just not motivating. I bought food to eat because I didn't think I'd have enough time, because I did start my day late. So I bought some food. I'm going to do my night routine, shower and everything, and just try to end my day early tonight, or end my night early, so that I can have a better start for tomorrow. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.